analytics has gained attention in recent years as a remote research method. In that method, a software is used to track how the app and the user's behavior are related. Behavioral analytics is key in distinguishing between actual user behavior and reported behavior. Such information is important because users' self-reporting does not always match actual behavior. Thus, designers do not have to rely on reports of users and can design around more reliable behavioral data. Two of the most important questions when integrating analytics into the development process are what to track and how to analyze the data. Anders Draken lists most important questions of behavioral analytics in ascending order of the complexity. What is happening is the easiest question, but the how to optimize question needs integration with user research to be answered. Traditionally in testing, experience is connected to play testing, and usability is connected to user testing. But recent developments in behavior analytics led researchers to study on actual behaviors rather than attitudes or self-reports. Today, the boundaries have blurred, giving way to substantial collaboration between the three areas. This led the researchers to ask cutting-edge questions and search for new methods to find answers. One of the interaction design principle implies that user interfaces should be based on user mental models rather than implementation models. However, many developers have tendency to lose sight of whom they design for. Although designers don't have to be a UX guru to start uncovering the user's mental model, it is beneficial to be aware of different UX maturity levels, even valid at studio levels. There are 8 UX maturity levels in the model, ranging from 0 to 7, and they fall into 2 broad groupings. If you are currently in levels 0-3, red ones, then your UX efforts could either be having no beneficial effect on your game or potentially even making it worse. It is only at levels 4-7, green ones, where the UX resources available are sufficient to reliably improve the player experience. At this lowest level, the studio is not fully aware of what UX research is. Some people within the studio may be familiar with some UX methods. However, as a studio, there is no consistent understanding of methods and their benefits. At level 1, the quality is the same as level 0, mainly because there is the same amount of UX research being put in, none. There is a major cultural difference between these levels, 0 and 1. Latter studios have some knowledge of UX research but are actively deciding not to use it. At level 2, studios are motivated to try some aspects of UX research, most likely playtesting, but they are doing so with staff who are inexperienced or who have unsuitable backgrounds. The results are unpredictable in this level. Some issues could improve the game, however, others could make the game worse. Having an internal UX research resource is no guarantee of doing good UX research. At this level of UX maturity, studios can have appointed staff to lead that initiative from within the studio, but not qualified for the role. Level 4 is the first level where UX research is likely to have a positive impact consistently, as there is a trained UX research staff who can apply a range of methods across the development lifecycle. For many studios, having an internal UX team may not be an option. Studios at this level of UX maturity are willing to invest in UX research, and an outsourced external UX option best suits their needs. At level 6, studios are heavily invested in UX research. They have built up a credible internal UX research team who have access to purpose-built playtesting labs, and the range of UX research being conducted spans the entire development cycle. At the top UX maturity level, the whole studio, from the C-level board downwards, is invested and interested in UX. This means everyone is actively reading the latest playtest reports, and top findings from the UX research reports are presented in company meetings, supported by video highlights of these issues in action. Remember that levels 0 to 3 have no positive effect on UX, whereas green ones are sufficient to reliably improve player experience.